Coverage.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I am Dom with the great man, Sauce. What is happening?
Not a lot, mate. Not a lot, personally, but in the world of sport, a hell of a lot because it's grand final week. The AFL grand final, the AFL season 2024 concludes this weekend. We obviously had the Brownlow last night and Patrick Cripps, the victor, with a record-setting 45 votes, which we'll talk about that a bit later in the show. And F1 absolutely heating up, Doma. Oh, you made the call early a few weeks back. You've said that Verstappen is not going to win the championship, and I'll tell you what: if Lando can keep driving like that, and McLaren can keep pushing, and there's nothing saying that Verstappen's going to keep finishing in second. I mean, that's his first second in how many races? He's finishing
4 races,
5th, 6th. The door's open. It's ajar. And Lando, I'm telling you, he's just got to full throttle, drive straight through the door, jam it open, and he might steal the driver's championship.
He needs to be flawless. He needs to be flawless, though, because if he gets a DNF, it's over.
Yeah. No,
He has to be flawless. But I'm telling you, if Max Verstappen gets a DNF, it could be done and dusted. It could be a plus 25 race for Lando, for example, in America, and be 27 points behind him. If he gets one DNF max, it could be cooked. Absolutely cooked. All right, let's get straight into the AFL source. We'll get to the prelims, which happened over the weekend. The Swans smacked Port Adelaide. Port played their grand final the week before against Hawthorn to hold them off, and we're happy, mate. Came into this one. The Swans got the job done. Towered them up. Thanks for coming. 36 points, 6 goals.
It was never in doubt, was it?
Nah. Not at all. So they became the first team to make their way into the grand final. The second team was the Brisbane Lions, who were down by 5 goals at halftime.
I was celebrating.
4 goals,
yelling,
and then it was 61 to 36, or whatever it was. Yeah, 25 points, and then they came back.
I'm not saying that I'm a Lions supporter, but when you come on the show and you open it up and you give 2 teams that are going to win the grand final, you're picking 2 out of 18 teams. I'll pick Carlton. I'll pick Lions. I said Carlton Lions grand final. I've still got the Lions there, so I've got to back him in all the way.
I think I picked Geelong last week because I just wanted to be different here. But
they came roaring back, and you just knew they were going to come in that game. I mean, they've done it a number of times this season. They've done it the week before. So you knew that the door wasn't shut when they were, obviously behind at halftime going in, and early in that third quarter. You knew that they were going to make their push. And, yeah, look. Just a crazy game. Just a crazy game. I mean, you thought in that just watch that last 4 minutes again. Doma, last 5 minutes. It was absolutely freaking nuts, man. Nuts. Lions go up. Stewart has the tackle. They kick the goal.
Yes.
And then Lions turn around. I mean, that goal from Rayner on his left from 50, if you don't mind.
Rayner turned into the greatest AFL football player in the history of the sport in that second half. He was unbelievable. He did everything.
He did it. See, but this is the thing, Doma. He didn't have much of the ball in that second half, but when he got near the ball,
damage.
It was precision. It was on point, and as you said, damage every time. Like it was. He was just clinical. When he got near the ball, something happened positive for the Lions. Kicked 2 goals, took a hanger. Oh, it was just unbelievable, man. It was a great game of football. It was a great game of football.
Turned it on. It was a great game of football, and that brings us to the grand final this week, which is the Swans versus the Lions. Now, we'll give our tips first, and then we'll can have a bit of a chat about it. Obviously, Sydney are the favourites to win this.
As rightfully so.
Rightfully so. But I'm just going to go back to episode 216. And we said the title of that show, I think, was only 4 teams could win the flag.
Yep.
3 of the 4 teams are gone, and 1 team's left, and the 1 team is number 1 on both of our lists, and it was the Brisbane Lions. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. So I think we're both going with the Lions. I think they're winning it. I told you, I said it last week on the show. It'd be the greatest story ever. It just proves a typical AFL fashion. Go on a Vegas trip, do whatever the hell you want, get into as much trouble as possible by the media, your football club. I'm not going to mention the things that they did. You can use your creative minds and your imagination. Come back, and that's how you meant to do a preseason
They
trip.
would have been dropping
Take
them
it to a
Benjamin
final.
Franklins in the dozens, mate.
And they might even went to the establishment that had James Harden's banner hung up from the ceiling. Who knows? Who knows? We don't know. But I'm telling you, I think they get the job done. If they win, I don't know if it's a Cinderella story or Hangover 4. I don't know what's going on.
Let me just say they should go straight back to Vegas for the post party.
Straight
if
there.
they do.
I'm telling you, straight to Vegas. No questions asked. But I reckon the Lions will get the job done. It's going to be a tough game, but
look,
yeah.
Look, I'm not going to go against the Lions at this point. Do I think Sydney can win? Of course, it's a grand final. Anyone can win. Where the game is going to be won and lost. Both teams are just so, so good in so many areas. I just think it's going to come down to obviously the midfield battle, and then which sort of defense can stay on top for longer periods throughout the game and have the game played on their terms. We know, Brisbane want to play that chip mark, move it forward. They can go quick and take it on. They do want to take it through the middle. So, if the Swans can chop that off, that means they'll be able to hit them back on the rebound and get those rebound inside 50s goals from that. And that could probably open them up. But at the same time, Brisbane's got the ability to obviously put the pressure on around the ball, win those clearances with some of their players that they've got. And then their forward line, I don't know. I think, in my opinion, if you just look at the forward line, let's just take out the mids, because, Sydney get a lot of goals from their mids. Let's, not beat around the bushy. They get a lot of goals from their mids. Forward line to forward line, Brisbane, I feel, has the more talented forward line, the better forward line. So should Brisbane be able to nullify that midfield battle, because I'd probably give Swans the edge in the midfield battle slightly. Should Brisbane be able to nullify that and get, clearances winning their way, I feel like their forward line's more talented and they'll be able to kick it.
No big O hurts. Obviously, did his shoulder.
Yeah, no big O.
That hurts. Grundy could have a field day. So it's a wait and see. I'm going with Brisbane. I know you are, and I hope it's a cracker.
Doma, let's just not forget Sean Grigg, premiership winning ruckman.
It's a valid point. Valid point source. Maddie on Instagram, Swans to win, DSK_11, Lions to win, and then Maddie says Danaher to ruck, ? Probably.
I don't think so. I think they'll have to find another solution.
Yeah.
They'll have him in there for a little bit. I think so.
They'll work something out. Just put Hipwood in there, mate. He's useless everywhere else anyway, so just put him in the
But you never know. It could be the masterstroke that wins them the game, mate.
It could be. It is Fagan. We're talking about a great coach. There's 2 great coaches in this game.
Yeah, it's firming up to be a good game, and let's just hope we get a grand final.
Norm Smith tip. I know who I'm going. Either or. I know who I'm going.
Norm Smith tip. That's a tough one. You'd have to go with Lockie Neal, because you've got to think if they're going to have a big game, Neal will probably impact it. But as a dark horse, I'm going to say that man that turned it on last week, Cam Rayner.
That's who I was going to go.
and he could dob 4 goals and be that impactful, say something like that.
Like
Hey,
Bobby Hill did last year.
thank you. Yeah,
I
exactly
think
like Bobby Hill.
Cam Rayner was injured last year in the grand final too, so he's
He
fighting
went up to
fit.
have a big one.
So I'm going Cam Rayner if the Lions win, and if the Swans win, I'm going to go Heaney.
Maddie's on IG's got Chad Warner.
Yeah, it's a
Swannies,
good shout.
obviously, he's going for the Swannies fan.
Good shout.
I'll go with. I don't even know why I'm going to say. Oh, who's the bloke that's off the half back? They've got Blakey, and they got the other bloke. I'm going to go with Lloyd. You never know. The bloke could have 32. He could have 32 off half back, mate.
The other Smokey who's very underrated. He gets a bit of ball. Not Goulden could win it, but James Rowbottom. Sorry. He gets a bit of the ball. Number 8 for the Swans. He's a good footballer.
Yeah, look, hey, this is what are the odds there? What are the odds there, Dom? That the bookies
$1.72 is Sydney to win it, and $2.13 for the Lions. Gamble responsibly.
Yeah, okay. I see. Maybe I've got the Swans at $1.80. Maybe they've got it a little bit short for me.
All right, Sauce. It's turning out to be a big one. Brownlow last night, talking about big ones. The record, 36 votes. All right. 2 guys broke the record. Nick Dacos broke the record with 38 votes, and he still lost to Patrick Crippa, who had 45 votes. It's unbelievable.
Some of the games he got votes in is an absolute joke.
There's a couple games where the Bont got 0 votes, and he had like 32 and kick 2. Have you seen that? He had 32 and kick 2, and he got 0 votes.
How do you not even get 1 vote for a game like that?
Anyway. Your thoughts? He was their best player.
He was their best player. I don't.
It was like people say, he got a lot of votes and cheap. Like, look at Lachie Neale last year, man. He had some horrific games and he got 3 votes in them. Like, horrific game. We went through it. I actually can't believe.
Yes, we did.
I actually can't believe I can't believe Lachie Neale had only 22 votes this year. I thought his season this year was better than last year's.
We know the awards. It's time. I understand the Brownlow's always been voted by the umpires, but I think it's time to have like a Brownlow, like a panel or something like that assess the games at the end of the round, under footage, that sort of situation, and then they cast their votes. Yes, they should take into account stats. Yes, they should take into account impact on the game, and when they should watch the game, and then they should look at the stats. So these people shouldn't be able to, bet on games, things and of that nature. But this idea of having the umpires there do it immediately after the game, it's just it proves it year after year that it's.
We're happy with
there's flaws. There's massive flaws in the system.
100%. 100%. Were you happy with Zach Merritt, where he finished?
How many votes did he get, Doma? I can't even tell you.
18.
Doma, I can't. This is what our thing is. I only know this about this because I read it this morning. I can't even tell you. I didn't even turn it on to watch it because I actually don't give a fuck about the award.
I just want to say, I know, but I just want to say something to you. Because like Zach Merritt, I thought would poll around 25, 26 votes, personally.
That's got to do with Essendon not winning enough games. I think if Essendon wins a few more games, maybe he polls a bit more.
Luke Davies-Uniacke, LD Sue, North Melbourne finished second last, had the exact same amount of votes as Zach Merritt.
That's fucking bullshit then.
Had the exact same amount of votes as Zach Merritt. LD Sue.
Exactly.
All I'm saying is, I know Cripps had 45 votes, but if North Melbourne made finals this year, LDU would have probably had 50 votes. He scored 18 votes off 5 games of football.
If he's actually start winning games, he'll probably have a good chance to win one. We've said that before on the show.
Well, we have. And Sheasel had 15 votes. So she's almost had more than Zach Merritt. We had two North guys absolutely kill it.
There
Jason
was
Horn
no one
transferred
even
19,
close
killed it.
to Zach Merritt at Essendon this year.
No, I
He was
agree.
by far the best
I agree.
player. By
I
far.
agree.
It wasn't even close.
I agree. And everyone that crapped on Isaac Heaney, and they said, oh, yeah, Isaac Heaney had 28 votes. All right. As soon as you get rubbed out with the suspension, the umpires aren't giving you ones and twos unless you have to give him a one or a two or a three because he's dominated a game. Mate, they deliberately don't look at it because they don't want someone ineligible to win a Brownlow because it'll look shit. Don't worry. The call from the top comes down to the umpires and says, just hold back on Heaney now. You don't need to give him any more votes, mate. It's done. So just a few shout-outs. Caleb Sarong finished fourth. Good effort by him. Zach Butters, 29 votes. Dacos broke the record with 38 votes. And also, still lost by 7. Anyway. It's just unreal. Patrick Cripps killed it, to be honest. 45 votes. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, another year done.
Grand final Saturday.
Grand final Saturday.
What time the games start?
2:30.
2:30 p.m.
There you go. Done. Matt Rowe had 20.
Butcher's Friday. Get your meats for your barbecue.
100%.
Go get your Doritos or whatever. You dip into your quesadilla or dips or whatever other stuff that you throw on. Sink back a beverage of your choice and enjoy the game.
I love it. Vagda, Nick Dacos got robbed in the Carlton game. Only got 2 votes and Cripps 3. Yeah, he still would have lost by 7 votes, Magda, even if he got the 3. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He just dominated. The other thing that helped him too was like Walsh was injured at the start of the year. And he's their best player. Everyone else in that team shit. Hence why they finished 8th or whatever the hell it was, Carlton. It was him or no one, to be honest. All right, let's get to the EPL. Results this week. West Ham lose to Chelsea 3-0. Tottenham defeat Brentford 3-1. Southampton Ipswich 1-1. Liverpool beat Bournemouth 3-0. Leicester Everton 1-1. Fulham Newcastle. Fulham defeat Newcastle 3-1. Villa defeat Wolves 3-1. Nottingham Brighton 2-2. And Man United 0-0 draw at Palace. Well, our season's done. Looks like I'm buying you and Manny 2 shirts. Because Chelsea look good, Arsenal look great, and United still look shit. And the last game, I don't even want to talk about it, so I'm going to move straight to your game because it was the biggest game of the round. It was City versus Arsenal, and 2-2 draw with another red card. So, thoughts, Sauce?
30 seconds off getting the win, Tom. 30 seconds, literally. 7 minutes added on, and they kicked a goal at the 97th minute mark and 12 seconds. 97 and 12. So it was like 12 seconds past the stoppage time, the allowed stoppage time, but obviously it's up to the referee's discretion. And they get the late equaliser. Look, Arsenal, we played well for the circumstances that we were put in. The second yellow card, just soft, Dom. I'm not sure if you've seen it. Once again, soft. It was it was a challenge in the air. Trossard and Bernard Silva sort of challenge. Referees called a foul for Silva on Trossard as they've both gone up for the header. The ball sort of bounced. It's literally like bounce. It's very simultaneous. Like bounce, turned around, and Trossard booted the ball away. And he hasn't given a second yellow card for the foul because the foul was just a jump in the air and a clash. But he's given the second yellow card for kicking the ball away.
Oh.
And I understand by the letter of the law, yes. But if you watch it in full time, Dom, and how quick it happened, how can you call that, right? And then you look at another part in the game where Arsenal got a free kick just inside our own half, just inside our own half, and Jeremy Doku running back on the left kicks the ball away as we're just about to kick it, kicks the ball 10 meters away, and the referee doesn't call anything, doesn't give him a yellow card, just says get the ball and play on. Doku didn't get a yellow card. So where's the consistency on the referee? If you're not going to call that, and that was earlier in the game, another part of the game, how can you call that one?
Yeah,
It was after it. It was after it or before it. Anyway, regardless, it was soft, Dom. So 2 times this season, we've been given soft red cards that could have changed results. We got draws in the end, so we were able to save it. I mean, we're at this point, we're playing well in terms of, you know, our football. It's pretty good. I mean, we are lacking some inventiveness down the left side, and I seen a graphic the other day. I think it's been 17 games since Martinelli's had a goal, or 18 games since he's had a goal. An assist. I'm not sure if an assist as well. I could be wrong there, but you know, it's just not enough from a guy on your left hand side. I mean, you're not expecting him to bang in 15 goals, but in your last 17 games, there should be 2, maybe 3 goals in there, right? You know, you should be looking to get on the score sheet, and you know, there are some vulnerabilities there for Arsenal, but we did well. City probably deserved the equaliser. They pummeled us all second half, and they probably deserved the equaliser in the end. So it was probably a fair result.
Your thoughts on big Erling Haaland?
Just a child, mate. He's just a big man child, isn't he? Throwing the ball in the back of the head of Gabriel. He's just trying to get in their head as well. And I'm not sure if you've seen what he did after the game, saying to Arteta, stay humble and all this sort of stuff. I mean,
he called Jesus a clown.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they were teammates, weren't they, for a season?
Yeah, I think for one season.
Yeah. It was very funny. You do know that that's a yellow card. You can't piff the ball at a player's head.
Nah, should be, yeah.
It's as bad, like, if they're giving a yellow for taking off your top, if you piff the ball in the back of an opposition player's head, that's a yellow.
He's literally has his head over his jersey over his head.
And he just piffs it. It's not like incidental. He deliberately just piffs it into the back of his head.
It's bad.
It's a yellow.
What can I say, mate? Like, I don't know. It's just crazy, you know? But, yeah, look, Arsenal just has to focus. We just have to move on and you know, galvanize and just keep pushing forward, because
100%.
I don't know. It seems as though there's going to be some, you know, incidental obstacles that are just going to keep coming ahead of us that we're going to just have to, you know, get past. It's not going to be so easy to just knock off City. You know, they're not going to falter. They're too well drilled, too well. They've got that winner's mentality also drilled into them.
Well, the thing that hurts them, they lose Rodri for the season, did his ACL in that game. Yes. So that's a massive loss for them.
They will be able to patch that up. And
yeah, they will. Obviously not to his caliber.
They'll be able to patch that up.
They'll get someone else in there that's a gun. Why didn't VAR check the Haaland incident? No idea. Wouldn't have a clue, to be honest. Magda. Let's get to the games this week. Newcastle versus City, Arsenal, Leicester, Brentford, West Ham, Chelsea, Brighton, Everton, Palace, Nottingham, Fulham, Wolves, Liverpool, Ipswich, Villa, Man United, Tottenham, should be a cracker, and Bournemouth, Southampton. Man United, Tottenham. Can we fly Ronaldo in so he can score a hat-trick for us or some shit against them? Mate, we're going to get pummeled. I'll tell you, it's at home. We'll still lose, but all good.
I wouldn't say that. I think he'll respond. That's what you do. That's what you do, though. That's what you do. Those games where you should go to Crystal Palace.
Well, the character of our team will be on full display on how we bounce back from that Palace draw. If we lay over and die, then the players want Ten Hag gone, and we're back to the same old story for the last 3 years. Just players revolting against the coach to get another coach in, and then the same story. It's just like, it just goes in loops, mate. It's like deja vu at that club. Magda, Ten Hag needs new players. What are you talking about? He's got Ugarte. He bought Ugarte, sits him on the bench. He's got Delict and Mazraoui, who are playing. They're playing very well. He plays Josh Xerxes. Lenny Yoro's injured, but he'll come straight back into the team when he's ready. He's got 5 guys. So he's got new players. So I'm not using that as an excuse. He's got the players. He got guys he wanted. We'll just wait and see what happens. I'm not going to look into it. Let's just move on because I'll go on a 25-minute rant.
Yeah.
Let's get to the F1 source. And as you mentioned at the top of the show, what a race. Lando won by 21 seconds. 21 seconds.
Felt like I was watching Hamilton in his peak there.
Oh, he's flying, mate. He's absolutely flying. Verstappen finished second. Piastri, the Aussie, up into third. Georgie Russell in fourth. Leclerc did so well to finish fifth. So well. It shows his talent as a driver if you watch this race from where he was to finishing in fifth. Hamilton in sixth, Sainz in seventh, Alonso in eighth, Hulkenberg in ninth, Perez in 10th. We don't care about anyone else, as we say. And Daniel Ricciardo finished last with the fastest lap to steal the extra point away from Norris in what could be
his last race.
Which is very, very sad.
What a great way to go out, pinching the fastest.
I don't know if you saw his interview after the race. He said, he goes, I'm pretty happy that I got the fastest lap. And he goes, it'd be great if Max can win the world title by 1 point, because he goes, I know for a fact that I'll be getting a very nice Christmas present from Max Verstappen if that's the case. So, well, they are the Red Bull affiliate.
Yeah.
AlphaTauri, and he's technically there's 4 Red Bull drivers out on the park. Yuki Tsunoda's a dud, and so is Sergio Perez. But at least his old teammate Danny Rick was able to pinch a point back for the Red Bull team. So good effort by Danny Rick. If that is the last we see of him,
that's the word. It's usually when there's this much chatter, it's not usually wrong.
Yeah. So it's all the very best to him, but who knows? You might find a seat somewhere along the line. You never say it's the end, because you look at guys like Fernando Alonso. He's still on the grid, man. So who knows?
Come on, bro. I love Danny Rick, but you can't be comparing Fernando Alonso to Danny Rick.
No. I'm just saying in terms of age. I'm just saying in terms of age. In terms of age. I'm saying in terms about age. If he gets a good seat somewhere, I don't know. If he gets into like a Aston Martin, which he probably never will, because Stroll's dad owns the team and his son gets a race over everyone. He's a dud. But if he could be in that second Aston Martin with Alonso, who knows down the track? He might have a year off. He might go do something else. He might come back. Who bloody knows? Who knows? But it's been a great career. Not without its ups and downs, but the highs were great. The lows were very bad. But he's been a great personality for the sport. And he will be missed. He's a gun. Next race is the United States Grand Prix. And that's a month away, so we're not going to review that one. It is a month away. Norris 52 points behind now, Source. Max, I don't know if you saw the other stuff. Max got a fine because he swore in the press conference. I don't know if you saw that footage. It was very funny. But yeah, Lando Norris is driving out of his absolute mind at the moment, and so is Oscar Piastri. It's just, as you said at the top of the show, if Max Verstappen doesn't qualify second and finish second, then he's in a bit of trouble. If he has a couple fourths and fifths in there, then he's cooked, if you ask me. But as I said last week, I think he's done.
Yeah, the pace there. Red Bull better do something about his pace, because McLaren's have it over him at the moment.
There's a couple sprint races left too, Source.
There's a few extra points.
So if Norris can win those sprint races, well, he's in a lot of trouble. All right, let's move on. Again, it's over to you, mate. UFC, I think it's back this week.
It is back this week, Doma, and it's UFC Fight Night. Renato Moicano against Benoit Saint Denis. This firms to be an absolute cracker. It starts from 5 a.m. Sunday. The main card's from 5 a.m. The prelim card's from 2 a.m. So, geez, if you're that keen, maybe just pull an all-nighter. I don't know. But firms to be an absolute cracker. make sure you tune in and check it out. Renato Mocchiano, if you don't know who he is, he's on the Show Me the Money podcast. He started it. It's with him, Gilbert Burns, and someone else, and they have always guests on. They're absolutely hilarious, Dom. If you've ever watched it or seen clips of it, they're so funny. Mocchiano's got a great personality. And I'm obviously going for him because I obviously when guys have that sort of character and that you want them to win. But it's not going to be an easy fight against Saint Denis. But I think Mocchiano will come out victorious in the end. And then we got Nasruddin Imanmanov against Brendan Allen. I think this is also an absolute cracker. So that's the co-main event. So there's just the top two and absolute crackers, and it seems as though there's a few more there. But make sure you check it out this weekend. UFC Fight Night from 5 a.m. That's the main card.
Beautiful.
Australian Eastern Standard Time.
Well, we're flying through this episode, ladies and gents. If you are wondering why, we are on to Hobby Talk. I've got a flight to catch tomorrow, so we're just smashing through it. And there is an update.
Watch out on the socials, mate. Because Doma will be in a new location, and check out on the Double Coverage socials because you'll post some stuff.
I will post some stuff. I'm meeting someone over there. I've mentioned.
Yeah, mate, I'm not mentioning where you're going or anything.
I think I've mentioned it. So if you want to go find out, I've mentioned it. But if you want to go find out, go listen to past episodes, subscribe to the channel, and go just check it out. So if you want to, but I am meeting with someone there. I'm visiting a certain card store over there as well. I'm bringing a gift actually to the person I'm meeting, and it's not Tyson Beck. Source, the card I'm giving, you'll know what card I'm talking about. The viewers, the long-time listeners probably know what it is, but I'm dispersing the population around the world. I'm dispersing it. So I'm not going to have the full pop. And I'll tell you what, the pop one that I do have is the card that I'm giving. It's not raw. It's graded. I don't know if the grading company still exists, but besides the point, source, the population is getting spread around the world. It's going overseas. I want it to be one of those things like, in the future, they'll be looking for this card and someone, they're not going to be looking for it because it's printed to the high heels, but, one comes up for auction in like China or something. It'd be hilarious. Can you imagine? Here they are, baby.
Take the Coles Builders with you, Thomas.
I don't even know where the Coles Builders doubles are. I should have looked for those during the week. Bloody hell, I could have brought some to the person. It would have been funny as. I would say, he's in Coles Builders, go get those. Go take the Disney Marvel. I can take these. Graded. Jasmine is my favorite. You've lost the plot. But yeah, I'm going to go check out a card store over there. A very, very well-known and big card store. And no, it's not Leighton Sports Cards, Magda. So I'm checking them out. I'll pop in there, say good day. I'll take some content as well, which then I'll send through to Saucy and we'll get a bit of an edit. Yeah, just go introduce myself, have a chat to him. We'll see if I might buy a pack or something, if it doesn't cost me 150 USD for a pack. Fuck, how expensive it is. Jesus, to get nothing. I might go chase Wemby. I might buy a Wemby base card for $100. People lost the plot. Absolutely lost the plot. But I'll have a look. It's going to be fun. And as Saul said, the podcast is running next week, and I'll have a new background. Another one. Say it's rare.
It might be at a bizarre time as well, guys, but it will make it happen. So just make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you won't miss a thing.
Say it's as rare as Steve Aoki's, the Steve Aoki cards, and pay thousands for it. I actually might.
He's saying, say it to Aoki that they're rare, and he'll pay you thousands for it. I think that's what he means.
I actually might go and get some actually and put them in a Ziploc bag and bring them over there so I can disperse the pop of Coles builders around the world.
Exclusive. These were exclusive Australia release exclusive.
I'm gonna,
so-
and you know what? The person that I give it to, if I actually tell them to put it on their page, he will promote it as a laugh as well.
Tell him just do it. You should just
I
do
will.
it and say
I'll do
we'll
it. I'll
take
do
it
it.
and just say this is just get him to play it up. It will be hilarious.
I will. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll go and get some for him, and I'll give it to him. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's gonna be good. Adam, let's get excited. A late night podcast. I'm pumped. No, I think it'll turn out to be a midday podcast. I think how we looked at it. Anyway, Sauce and I will work that out. As he said, click the bell icon. I'm not paying PSA fees for a Coles builder. I don't want Saucy will give me lemon of the year.
Thank you. You took the words out of my mouth.
I would actually get a lemon of the year. Straight up. He'd come and pelt my house with lemons. That's what he'd do.
Hey, the next door neighbor hangs over. Literally, all I got to do is just go right there, and
He's got a lemon tree.
Up and got the lemon tree.
Oh, happy days, mate. It doesn't get better than that, does it? Just taking the neighbor's lemons. Just say, I'll take the lemons in exchange. I'll piss through the hole in your fence, mate. Water the tree for you.
I'm gonna be careful, mate. There's a dog on the other side.
Oh, yeah. Well, could be a bit of strife, mate. Tyson Beck. Speaking about Tyson Beck, Carmelo Anthony drop.
Yep.
So go check that out as well.
Another release, awesome.
And I'm going to throw to you, Sauce.
In Melbourne at the moment. I'm not sure if you're.
Yes, He was at the Melbourne United game the other night with Kenny the Jet Smith was at the game as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Supremacy AFL dropped this week. We can actually have a look at a bit of that as well because I think the cards look absolutely amazing, in my opinion. But Sauce, before we get to the Supremacy drop, and that will end the show actually, I want you to talk about the show we went to on the weekend, which was out of control.
Yeah, it was. And
we parked. Can't remember where we parked.
I parked up on a well, it wasn't a park, Dom. It was just we made our own park. I had to turn my car to the left, come up on an angle so I didn't hit the tree. It was just wherever you could find a park, really. There was people parking on the road where there was literally no standing. You're not supposed to park there, right? But they were just blocking the street and everything. It was absolutely nuts. But it was a great turnout. And anyone who's not aware, it was the what's it officially called, Tom?
Comic and Toy Fair?
Let me.
Is it cards, comic cards and toy fair or something? It was bloody good.
Yeah, this is what I was searching.
It was a good show, man. Really, really good.
It was a great show. All right, here we go. That's the one. I think I should be able to share this here, people, just so I don't stuff this up. Here we go. There it is there. Melbourne Comic and Toy Fair. It was held at the Darwin Community Sports Stadium. So follow the page if you're not following them, and take a look out for when they've got their next event. Just not saying in terms of layout or anything, but just the way that they just small things was done well. They had ATMs on site that they had there so people could get cash out from an ATM. Yep. They had a line if you had a prepaid ticket, a line if you were paying at the door, so that you knew straight away where you were going if you had your prepaid ticket or you were just paying cash or something at the door. You went in, there was 2 basketball courts to the left, 2 basketball courts to the right. Both were full of vendors. There was over 180 stalls, I think 200 stalls or something like that, vendors in total. It was a mixed bag. It's Melbourne Comic and Toy Fair. There was cards, there was toys, there was vintage games, there was comics, there was Legos. What was this other stuff that we sort of saw? But Yeah, look, it's one to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, what did we pay to get in? $10 if you bought a
$10.
prepaid ticket. I think it was $8.50.
$8.
So it's not very expensive. You got the early bird ticket. I think that was $20 if you want to get in there at 9 a.m. But it runs from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it's well run in the essence of the way it's promoted and everything. He spends money on sponsored advertising. He, I think, chose the perfect time to obviously put a show on in school holidays, Dom. I'm not sure if everyone caught the
It's
note of that.
first weekend of the school holidays.
And there was a lot of kids and stuff around at the show, which was great to see.
Well, community
And
sports all finished as well. That all finished up in the last
exactly,
few
so
weeks. So
that helps the cause. And yeah, look, for $10, it's one. First of all, you can't complain for the price. There was something for everyone. And
comics, Legos, cars, action figures.
And it's something, if you're into setting up at shows and you can't get to a Melbourne Card Fair and you want to set up here, I think it's not that expensive. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. I think it might be $80 for a
I think a
stall
table.
or $100 for a table, 80 or 100. Maybe you got a bit of stuff. Maybe you get two tables. You're in it at 160. Maybe you go in it with someone else and you can share it. And you still get two tables. But yeah, look, it's definitely one to keep on the radar, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good local show. The cost is down. It's cheap to enter. And yeah, I would recommend people go to this show if you get the chance. And look, I think the guys that have done cards there in the past, there was first time that someone had the idea of do cards. They were like the first.
There you go. The Oracle,
$1
$90 for a spot, and you can fit two tables.
There you go. You can fit two trestle tables at your spot. So
That's pretty good. So it works out to be pretty
great
much
value.
$45 a table.
Great value, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm saying to you. Great value. So yeah, definitely support shows like this because it's getting bigger and bigger, Dom. I mean, they got 6.8K likes and 7.4K followers on Facebook. So
that's good.
They're doing
that's
pretty
really,
well.
really good. No, they're doing really well. It's a great show. And as Magda said, a bit higher up, he was at the Melbourne Card Fair AFL edition. And he said he met Crawford, Cousins, and Mick Malthouse. Any feedback, Magda? What do you think of the show? The other thing that Shane did with that show that worked really well was it is the weekend, the Sunday before Brownlow, which is on the Monday. So all the guys are down in Melbourne. So that was a great time to also do that show. A great time.
Yeah. But I said that. I said that to him when he said this, and it was just unfortunate that these two shows clashed. It was
but they were perfect times.
They were at great times. They were. It was really, really good. So look, there's more things going on. We were able to have a chat with some people that we hadn't seen in a while, so it was good to see them and have a chat. And touch base, and always good seeing familiar faces that we see at other card shows. So that was awesome. And yeah, look, I would have loved to go to the AFL show. It was just you can't be in two places at once, Doma. But yeah, I'm sure, and I've heard that was pretty good as well. So yeah, look, we're spoiled for choice here, and it's good to see him. And we had this conversation with a few people at the show about all the shows that are sort of coming up. We try to keep you informed as much as possible to let you know what's going on, what's popping up, and whether that's here, whether that's interstate, if we know about it. If you want to make a trek or go somewhere, make a bit of a holiday out of it. I mean, it's definitely something that I'm not going to lie. In future, when I'm looking to plan something, I'll be like, oh, there's a hobby hangout around then. And then I'll just be like to the wife, hey, you want to go to Sydney or you want to go to Queensland? And it just happens to be
the same weekend.
It just happens. It might have been coincidence. I don't know, mate. Just,
She does. Your wife does jump in the live sometimes, mate. So you're cooked there. Magda says it was great. Signatures from AFL legends for a card order was $10 and a pick was $25. Jumper signed was $50 and a boot signed was also $50.
Oh, that's good value.
The card fair was busy for the first 2 or 3 hours, then people left after. which is fair enough.
That's standard. That's standard.
Yeah. Beautiful. Speaking of footy, this is the big release at the moment. I reckon it looks great, in my opinion. Supremacy. Here are the base cards. There's the big RC on Harley Reid. You go across here. There you go. Franchise greats. Got Glenn Archer. You got franchise greats autos to 50 here. Jonathan Brown. Dual autos. Matty Richardson and Cochin. Look at this, mate. Longest serving captain's booklet source. Joel Selwood, Stephen Kernan, Nick Rewalt, Pavlich, Pendles, Voss, Cochin, John Nichols, and Wayne Carey in the booklet.
That's crazy.
There you go.
That Buddy Franklin card. There's two. Yeah, they're elite. That one and
That's
the other
elite.
one.
That's a booklet, and then this one down here, dual booklet auto with plugger.
Oh,
wow. Jumbo patch. Connor Rosie patch auto booklet. Just go through some other. Look at these triple patch. There you go. Evolution player to coach.
Is it match worn? What's the go with those patches? Do we know?
Not sure. Not sure. There you go. Goal kicking, Buddy, career games, Boomer, Craig Bradley as well, Premiership Glory. And then that's just footy stars. But if we want to look at if I click on Supremacy, I should be able to get the thing up quickly. We'll quickly have a look at the checklist. Can we buy it? Sold out, man. It was $8.95 a box. Sold out. Was Merritt there again? I'm just reading the comments. Adam, are we going to the dating night? There you go.
Yes, match worn.
Sorry, mate. I'm just all over the place. Let me just pull this down. We can. Sigs are loaded in Supremacy, says Magda. Matt Merritt was there. Did you catch what he PCs? Said Matt's card shop. Interesting. I'm all over the place here. I can't even. Here we go. Checklist. So it looks like it was a big hit, that one. It was a big hit, which is good. It's always good, mate. I'm glad these shows are doing really well. And, Shane does put in a lot of time and effort, mate. And he's hit a home run with this one. For a special... he PCs his own cards. Magda. Matt says smart.
Yeah, he may as well.
There you go.
He's massively collected.
It's just a bit laggy. Sorry. 12 cards per pack, 1 pack per box, 6 boxes per case. 5 big hits, including a minimum of 2 signatures per pack. All signatures of Supremacy are on card. All memorabilia cards are made from game-worn jerseys. Every card in Supremacy is individually numbered, and players featured are past and present superstars. So the gold... It's pretty much all the cards I just showed you. Blue Portraits, they're numbered to 65. Black Pearl, numbered to 35. There's a few new ones here, I think. There you go. Franchise Future, numbered to 70. Franchise Future Sigs, numbered to 70. Love the look of them. They look great.
Yeah, Supremacy is a great set.
Franchise Greats, numbered to 70. Whoop. The Sigs are numbered to 50. What do we got here? The dual autos. I don't know why it's taking forever. Superstar patch. Triple patch, numbered to 50. Superstar patch is numbered to 70. Career games, numbered to 55. Career game signatures numbered to 50. Yeah, Premiership Glory numbered to 40. Premiership Glory Sigs numbered to 40. Man, I'm telling you, these cards look so good. This is what Saucy wants to know. These Buddy Franklin cards, mate. Goal kicking greats numbered to 50. There's only 2 cards. Maybe Plugger and Franklin. Goal kicking greats signatures numbered to 50. Sauce.
Yeah, probably goes for about $1,200.
Club captains to 70. Longest serving captain signatures numbered to 50. There's 9 cards in that set. Evolution signature.
How good is Kevin Sheedy's auto?
Oh, it's sick. Evolution.
It's been like that for years. Like, it's the exact same. It's literally, I've got an auto of his at home and it looks exactly the same.
Here it is, mate. Lance Franklin 1,000 plus goal kickers SIG booklet, number to 25.
That's the one.
Well, the Lockett and Franklin goal kicking greats, number to 25.
Mate, I tell you what, they missed an opportunity. They should have done a one when he kicked the thousands goal, and there's the card is him in the middle of and he's going like that, and then there's obviously the crowd starts to come on, but you obviously not right when the crowd's as they've just come on, so you can see that they're about to run to the ground, and then that has that image after he's celebrating. It's got the crowd running onto the ground behind him. They should have had something in there. Obviously not in Supremacy. They could do it in another set. But I think that's one that they could bang out the park. I mean, that's an iconic moment. An iconic moment that that they did do the Hilty card, but I feel like they could bang that in with an auto on it, and mate, it would hit it out of the park. It's an iconic moment that needs to be
100%.
put on a card.
Superstar patch SIG booklets, number to 25. There's 18 of those. Longest serving captain's signature booklet. This is obviously the hit of the product, number to 25. And that's what it looks like.
That's numbered to 25, so there's 25 of those out there.
25 booklets, and then all the cards are in here, mate. So I'm not going to go through that. Go check it out on the Select website. Looks bloody good, man. There you go. Magda says, Matt, let's collab together, join up tables. I won't have room with the cases. Back yourself. I think that's for the Oz National.
Yeah, that's coming up, and there's a number of things, shows coming up, Doma. All right, Doma, let's move on. I got a couple of things, and then we're literally going to end Hobby Talk, and the show will be done. A couple of run-throughs. Let's hang on. Let me bring out the first one. All right, hang on. Let me put this up. So this is something that I seen someone posted, and this was this is just a little grab. I don't know the context of the interview, but this is something that the all and great mighty Mr. Nat Turner said on a podcast recently. Just listen to this.
Controls were saying the really recently produced wax, like this year's stuff. Like I have opens. It's so hard to get your money back in these boxes. I'm gonna get.
Obviously pointing out the obvious. Fred. We've been telling you that for ages here on Double Coverage. Good to see that. Maybe someone will listen to old Natty Boy and stop buying the inflated wax prices and the rubbish that sort of these companies are feeding people. We tell you on a weekly basis because, mate, Doma, they really don't need to make any more money than they're already making. I mean, just have a look at this. Not sure if you've seen it. Shohei Ohtani making absolute MLB history, first ever player to go 50 and 50. I don't know what the fuck that means, right?
Is that home runs and strikeouts?
Could be. I don't know. Tell me. Anyone in the chat know what that means? But anyway, making history in the MLB. So they're obviously printing that history onto tops now, like they do, and they've chucked a 1-of-1 chase card in it. And they sold a lazy 653,000 copies. And Doma, let's, as we like to do on these things, let's do a little quick math. If we're talking about the average price of the pack was $11.99 like last time, times 65,000.
650.
653,737. That's 7,838,363.63 million
Dollars.
that they just made.
USD.
So, ladies and gentlemen, just hold back. Maybe listen to old Natty in the first clip, because these companies don't need to make more money, because they just made 8 million off the Shohei Ohtani. They made 7.5 million off the one-of-one LeBron, Curry, Durant. So this is just blowing my fucking mind, Dom. Like, just thinking about this, right?
I love it. It's so good.
Blowing my mind. And if there wasn't any more reason, I mean, let's just have a look at old mate Shavkat Rakhmonov, the USC fighter, and let's just, he's got so much respect for these cards that we're getting charged an arm and a leg.
But
doesn't give a fuck about him. Just shuffling.
Those are autos, ladies and gentlemen, that he signed for a product.
Patch autos that he signed, and have a look at the stack of them behind, like what they're stacked. Like, this is the problem. When you don't have a representative there, right, telling him, and you're just sending him a box and say, well, dude, we need you to sign these, and you send him an instruction pamphlet. Oh, this is what you got to do. This is the result you get, ladies and gentlemen. They don't give a fuck. They sign the cards. They do their job because they want to get paid, and they don't care.
The quality is horrific, Magda, because I've got some of those Ronaldo Tops Now cards when he came back to United. Remember, we bought a whole bunch of them?
Yeah.
The quality
and
of them
the Juventus ones.
Yeah, and the Juventus one. But the quality is absolutely rubbish.
Yeah.
But anyway, people want to get that card, man.
Source, give him a lemon. Bro, I'm not giving him a lemon. That guy would fucking submit me and choke me out, yeah? Like,
no, he's not the lemon.
He can do what he
the lemon.
He can do what he wants to the cards, right? Exactly. Thanks, Tom. Panini is the lemon for not having a representative there. I mean, if you just seen the images of Tyson Beck and Carmelo Anthony signing the cards, and you've seen it, how Tyson Beck's got the mat there. He places one card in front of him. He signs the card. He takes one card away. He then places another card in front of him. He signs the card, takes the card away. And then he puts them on the side so the autos can all dry out, don't get smudged, doesn't layer them on top of each other. Like, there's a way to fucking do things, yeah? There's a reason why people are willing to pay the premium for Tyson's products, and you get the premium product. You actually get the quality that you're paying for. There's a big difference with these Panini and Tops and everything. They just bang, 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 bang. No quality control, and you're paying an arm and a leg. It's just shocking. It's just shocking, Tom.
No,
so that was just a few that obviously I seen on the socials. I wanted to show everyone just so.
Nat Turner looks like Nat Turner agrees with us. Do you reckon he'll come on the show now? Or no?
Well, we had discourse with him for a while there until he realized.
It was funny as when we spoke to someone at the show on Saturday, and they said, "Oh, how come you don't get sponsored?" And me and Sauce actually laughed. I said, "We don't get sponsored, mate, because we tell it as it is." I said, if we came into this hobby and we kissed everyone's ass, we probably would have sponsorships because they try and push their products here in Australia. But I said, we don't kiss anyone's ass, so we don't get sponsored. Well,
it's the truth.
That's it. Anyway, and on that note, yeah, that's right. Keep buying AFL products. Keep living, loving, and breathing sport. I'm Dom with the great man Sauce. It's double coverage, and peace out.
Like and subscribe. Peace. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports. Double coverage.